Hey everyone, it's Wednesday, so you know what that means. Brand new weekly challenge, the Dim Forest. Let's get straight to it. Let's see what we've got. Getting burned, another camp for you to loot, escape through the gate. Okay, I think I know this one. Let's see if we got everything that we want the way it is. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, here we go. So is this the one? Yeah, this is just a classic, an absolutely quintessential bit of weekly challenge missioning. So what I like to do, I like to put at least one person up at the top there, so that you can start taking out walkers like that. I think we could probably get away with having two peeps here. Okay, we're still keeping McGaggy up there. You can see where the walkers are. There's loads of them on this map, but you start off at a distance. So I don't know if you tend to be a fan of ranged characters, but I think you need to have at least one, just so that you can stand there at the top and you can start taking down these zombies without any risk. You can see here that this particular weapon that I'm using, the Sawtooth Blade, is having a good effect because it is killing that threat counter. It's a threat counter that ticks over quickly. There's already a lot of walkers on the map. You could quickly find yourself getting buried if you can't kill the existing walkers quick enough or quietly enough without attracting more attention. So I suggest quiet weapons, things like bows, melee weapons, that kind of thing. And although bruisers are often useful on a lot of missions, for this one you gotta start killing your way through. Otherwise, that threat counter can really start to build up. Anything that can get rid of that threat, fantastic, brilliant, bring it along. At least have one ranged character to stand at the top and snipe zombies from behind that gate. Loads and loads of goodies for us. Let's carry on with the skipping. Into the woods, loot the camp, and get the hell out of there. Alright, well, just as well we're taking Glenn. Obviously, his leadership ability is just so useful when it comes to these looting missions. We're not going to make any more noise than we need to. I consider that to be noise that I needed to. I mean, if you can take out a whole swathe of walkers, with one shot, then, it's usually worth doing, even if it will incur additional reinforcements. Oh, hello. What are you doing there? Okay, so we've got a tanky boy. So let's remember that. On this little particular run through, he was hiding behind that tree, so don't let him take you by surprise. Could have easily got me. Oh, and this is that mission where you have to rush back. So I recommend taking at least one fast character, a scout or a shooter, and ideally make it Glenn, so that once you have searched those bits, you can just run like this. It's quite a long map. I quite like it. It really sort of, the set dressing, if you want to call it that, really makes it look like it is a functional camp that's kind of been, ambushed and raided. But definitely some ranged characters there, stuff to get rid of that threat, something to take out that tank. It's going to be there. He's got his buddies nearby. You don't want to get surrounded, so make sure that you've got something that hits hard to take him out. Not a particularly tough mission, even at the higher difficulties, but you really need to find that balance between being patient and getting a move on when you have to. Lost bunker, get to the bunker, watch out for the traps. Okay, traps. Good. Not liking the sound of that. Looks like we've got some flamey guys. Looks like we've got a tank. Oh, yes. Okay, so I mean, look out for those, traps. Yeah, you definitely have to. You can quite easily see where the ground is disturbed. That's where there's mines. We've got flamers. Definitely having some ranged characters here is a very good idea, because as soon as you start trying to take on flaming walkers with close combat guys, it's not too long before, Glenn, stop it, before you start accruing a lot of damage from that burning effect. Okay, so you can see here, make sure that you've got a nice clear screen. Obviously the mines, bit of a double-edged sword, because walkers can set them off too. That can be a good way of taking out a big troublesome pile of walkers. This is one where we're definitely going for the more cautious, patient approach. Unless you can get zombies to set off those mines, got to steer clear of them. You really, really do. Hey, if you can lure them in, great, go for it. Now, do we have a tanky walker that's going to turn up? Oh no, we took out a tanky walker, didn't we? And then it said, hey look, you're going to have flamey ones to deal with as well. Just, I can't reiterate it enough, be very careful of those mines. Cause huge amounts of damage. Patience, patience, patience. Yes, there's a threat counter. There's kind of like a train pushing against your back, encouraging you to rush through. Don't do it. Dealing with a couple of walkers is always going to be a bit easier than dealing with a landmine exploding under your feet. Nobody kind of needs that on their scavenge mission. Okay. What's up next? Rewards, rewards, rewards. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the adulation. Jerry tokens. Jerry tokens. Double trouble, take down both of the tough walkers. Okay. As I always say, the group that I'm using at the moment is just because we're on low levels. They're not much of, much of a threat. And I just want to maximize my chance to get things like supplies and XP. So this one can be a tricky one. You've got a big guy on the left, you've got a big guy on the right somewhere. Big posse of walkers. Threat counter, which ticks over quickly, meaning that you may want to take silent weapons or those that get rid of threat. And you've got to be a little careful when you are going hunting for the big guy, because he's a big guy. He could just be hiding around the corner and you won't know. So we use the crippling round. That works. Yeah, you can go. I mean, yeah. Let's just take him out. So as soon as the big guys are taken out, the exit reveals itself, and you can get out of there. Of course, that's what the mission is: take out the two big guys and then get out of there. So, so yeah, they should be priority number one. You don't need to take out the little guys if you can take out the big guys. You don't need to worry about their entourage. Easier said than done, because obviously the big guys are tough to take out. But if you can do that, that's all you got to do, and then you can run. Definitely one for, I think, ranged characters. You can just get jumped very easily if you rush forward like you would have to with melee characters. Such debris of the derailed train, beware of burning walkers. Yeah, more burning walkers. All of these missions so far, you're going to benefit from having at least some ranged characters to mitigate that potential risk of being burned to pieces. Again, threat counter. So there's definitely a commonality here. There's threat counters that tick over quickly on all of these missions. I think all of them definitely benefit from having ranged characters. The whole team doesn't have to be ranged. In fact, I recommend that for missions like this, you have, Glenn, because you can search these things and still have an action left. But so far, so ranged, definitely. As with all of these things, you might get lucky, you might get the correct case right away. But if not, yeah, having Glenn helps because you can search, 2 cases. If he's the leader, then you could technically search 6 cases per turn, which, that's going to get that objective met pretty flipping quickly. Okay, we've still got one more left. Obviously, I'm skipping, so these aren't necessarily in the order that they would be experienced if you just play through them. But I'm just skipping them just so that we're getting some more rewards. We're getting, just more challenge, perhaps, for the sake of the video. Cabin by the lake. Search around the cabin for the loot. Did we do this one? I'm not sure. Nope. Okay, so there's definitely a lot of searching missions here. Yeah, again, we've got that threat counter. Let's kill you, and then we get to hightail it back. God, I'm loving that sawtooth blade. Is the sawtooth blade better than the bayonet musket? Tough to say. Really, really is. I think it has different use. Sometimes it's better. Guess it's a matter of personal preference. So that is how this one is done. Clear off those walkers. You start off with them pretty close, and there's a good few of them. There's some armored walkers. You need some heavy hitters. You're gonna perhaps want to do things like keep your dog support useful. Maybe use crippling attacks if it's a high level and it takes a couple of turns to take down those walkers. Anything that can get you charge points, Sasha, great. You get a body point, you've got a chance of getting a charge point. And then if you've got something like a harpoon gun or the innate shotgun, you can cripple them or root them. Fantastic idea. And I'm losing track, dude. Did we do 6? There's 6 missions in each set on daily challenge. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Complete missions 6. Yeah, so this should be getting burn. Okay, we've already done that one. So there you go. That's the mission set. This is a moderately challenging mission set. I think there's some fun stuff in here. Getting burn is a quintessential challenge mission map. There's numerous tactics that you can use to make sure that you don't make a fool of yourself. And yeah, definitely a good, fun set of maps. You and your guild should be able to do okay with this one. If you've got any tips, observations, questions, anything like that, ask on the comments. And as ever, thank you for watching.